Alex Polizzi is an award-winning hotelier with over 20 years' experience of working in the world's most luxurious hotels. Born into the legendary Forte hotel dynasty, she's on a crusade to transform Britain's most desperate hotels and B&Bs.
You'd be as well off if you never had another guest in here.
From outrageous owners to dodgy decor.
I don't know who the decorator was, but she deserves to be bitch-slapped.
Nothing escapes the hotel inspector's beady eye.
She's like a spy.
Or her quest for perfection.
Why are you ranked the worst? That's the question that I'm asking you.
It's a complete false lie.
This week, a hotel horror story.
This particular area here, we have a ghost of an old prostitute.
Chocolate tombstone and graveyard plate. What is all this mystery bollocks?
I guess we could spend up to £25,000.
Don't agree with it, sorry. No.
You're clearly, a sandwich or two short of a lunchbox.
The 15th century White Hart in the popular tourist destination of St Albans. Owned and run by husband and wife team Ross and Jane Macbeth.
Mr. Cobweb, there was
Where's the cobweb? Where?
After selling their computer software business, 4.5 years ago the Macbeths, with no prior experience, took on the historic inn, reputed to be one of the oldest buildings in the ancient town.
I'd like to take you through to look at the men's toilets. It's a Tudor serving wench. It is now covered in glass because some men in the past got a bit enthusiastic about her. We have quite a lot of ghosts, and interesting ghosts as well.
She has got this obsession with the whole ghost sort of Halloween thing. So it was Jane that had the idea to turn it into an evening.
The haunted evenings we do are the most popular ones. This particular cellar has the presence of an old landlord. He was murdered down here.
But the White Hart's ghosts aren't the only ones at each other's throats.
We don't work very well together at all.
No, I'd agree with that.
Service!
I like getting really annoyed. She hates that.
Beans? No beans, remember.
You said beans.
Beans contaminate the breakfast.
She does like to interfere at the most minute level of detail.
I want it to be perfect. I always put them straight, but nobody else does. Never.
Which can get quite annoying.
I think he's very stubborn and very argumentative.
What she means is I don't agree with her.
Where are the croissants?
We don't do croissants.
We do croissant.
The Macbeth's dysfunction isn't helped by financial pressures. High running costs and extensive ongoing renovations mean that since taking over the hotel, they've failed to make a single penny's profit.
We're always arguing about money, about what to spend money on. But my decision is now to sell our home and invest more money in here. You do not know much about the rooms, let's face it. You just don't know about the rooms.
No, I've only been here for 4 years. I have sort of learned over time to give up. I think that's the secret to being married, isn't it?
Enter the hotel inspector. Alex Polizzi's an expert in turning around struggling hotels. Can she resurrect some profits for the quarrelling Macbeths?
Well, I hope Alex is going to like her room. If she doesn't, we're stuck.
Not the largest room, but it's sitting on top of the kitchen. So if the kitchen's
It's not on the kitchen. It's not on the kitchen. It's
Isn't
at
it?
the end of the dining room. You don't even know, do you?
No.
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, very well, thank you. Very
Alex,
pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
Thank you so much for having me here. What on earth made you take on this building?
I had a vision.
You had a vision.
But, of course, it's harder than we thought.
To find out where the hotel is going wrong, Alex will stay the night.
Just to tell you a little bit about the history of the hotel on the way to the room, this particular area here is where the ghost of the little girl has been seen. We have a ghost of an old prostitute. She's not reputed to do anything, although there was one customer that did say he had icy hands around his neck. But he then stayed the next night.
Maybe that's the kind of thing he likes.
The couple have been updating their 14 bedrooms. Alex will stay in one of their renovated rooms.
So this is your room for the night.
Very nice.
It's a refurbished room. It's probably the nicest one we have at the moment.
Lovely. OK, thank you so much. Well, the problems here are obviously not in the bedroom, because this is a very nice bedroom. You know, I can't fault anything.
I think Alex liked her room, but she's very sceptical about the ghosts. Very sceptical indeed, so...
I'm prepared to keep an open mind and be proved wrong. I am, however, quite chary of anything that smacks of a gimmick. I guess this is an unrefurbished room. Obviously could do with a bit of love and attention. Before I decide on whether this room should be charged the same as my room, I need to see the bathroom. Well, this is a pretty old-fashioned bathroom and definitely does need some renovation.
The decor in the bedrooms is Jane's domain, something Ross is all too eager to point out.
Well, I'll give you some input that I'm sure she'll comment on. Those mirrors are inappropriate.
Oh, now the mirrors are inappropriate.
Do you think that adds to the ghostly experience?
Well, they are. There's like modern mirrors in an old sort of building. They shouldn't be there, in my opinion.
Jane's pride and joy is a secret gallery,
And what have we over here?
designed to give her younger guests a thrill.
Well, Jane is very keen on the themes, and that's all very well, but we're not really a theme park. She has got this natural inclination towards the Disneyland thing. I mean, she's very keen on that. I remember we once went to Disneyland in California, and we were there until like 2 o'clock in the morning, and even the children were fed up.
Honestly, I've got a couple of things I could chuck at them too from leftover Halloween parties. I just think this makes them look like a not very serious operation.
As Alex comes out of the closet, she discovers the novelty theme has also infected the White Hart's historic restaurant.
Oh, this is very nice, isn't it? All wood-panelled and very attractive dining room. Tudor Gothic menu. Roasted tomato and hellfire pepper soup with shattered bones and popping eyes. Chocolate tombstone and graveyard plate dribbled with vibrant red coulis. I mean, it's really sad that this beautiful dining room has this being done to it.
The macabre menu is designed for monthly special events. But Jane also has plans to extend the supernatural theme to an exclusive dining area in the cellar.
I've had another idea.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have a chef's table. So going along with our haunted theme, I thought, let's have a haunted chef's table. I'd line the walls with curtains, do the ceiling.
Where are you going to get all the money?
Well, we have a family home, which we had been planning on selling, and of course that will release some cash.
You're clearly, a sandwich or two short of a lunchbox.
Given the hotel's impressive heritage and St Albans' strong tourist trade, Jane's obsession with the paranormal has Alex well and truly spooked.
The way forward here is historical. Not ghosts, not paranormal activity. There is so much history that it's in no way banking, making money on, that honestly I think that Jane and Ross are mad.
So does the spectre of failure lurk at the White Hart?
What is all this mystery bollocks?
I put you on level 5 stress alert, Jane.
Sparks fly as soon as one or the other opens their mouths.
No.
Because you've written it down on a bit of paper does not mean it's going to happen.
Husband and wife team, Ross and Jane Macbeth, run the White Hart, a 15th century hotel in St Albans. After 4.5 years in charge, they've yet to make a profit, so have called on the help of renowned hotelier Alex Polizzi. So far, she's discovered an impressively historic hotel tainted by a tacky theme.
Hello, dear. Been waiting for me long, have you?
Will the White Hart's food be as horrific as the novelty menu?
Hi, Doc.
Order.
So, what do you recommend?
Well, we've got the double-baked English Stilton soufflé and...
Sold.
To get a full flavour of the hotel's restaurant, Alex will pick 2 dishes.
Enjoy a starter.
Thank you.
One from the more traditional à la carte offering.
Good. Beautiful setting. It's very calm, it's very quiet, the service is good. But I did want to see whether the chef could cook, and he can.
The quality of the meal is a pleasant surprise.
Looking good, chef.
But for the hotel inspector, the dessert from the haunted menu is the final nail in the coffin.
And to finish the chocolate gravy.
Thanks, love.
No problem. Enjoy.
I feel a bit as if I've been led on a wild goose chase all day today. What is all this mystery bollocks? I mean, honestly, I've had it up to here with ghosts.
I hope Alex gets a good night's sleep tonight. But in some respects, because she doesn't believe in the ghosts, I'm sort of half hoping that a ghost does walk into the room. Not a malevolent one, but a nice ghost.
I slept so well. No icy hands, no vampires, no werewolves. I'm very keen to get to the bottom of the problems here. I really have had enough of ghosts and ghouls. I want history, not mystery.
After spending yesterday chasing shadows with Jane, Alex is counting on Ross to shed some light on the White Hart's problems.
I'm hoping at this point in the proceedings that you're going to be the sensible member of the family.
Maybe.
So, first of all, I want to know, how do you two work as a team?
Badly. Well, I mean, we have our moments, but it is quite... we do tend to come at things from different directions.
We hold very, very different views, so yes, somebody's got to win, and it will probably be Ross.
Who does what between the two of you?
I would say that I tend to pick all the pieces up to keep the business going, and Jane is the one that comes in and sort of buys things.
Do you exert any budgetary restraint on Jane as in regard to the room refurbishments?
No, not really. I mean, that's an area that's part of this conflict of interest thing. Ideally, we'd agree a budget and what the priorities were, and we'd basically execute against, but she doesn't like that sort of thing.
Jane's approach to budgets is evidenced by her next renovation project, the bridal suite.
This is the bathroom. It's larger than any of the other bathrooms, so we're hoping to make this bathroom a little bit special as well.
How?
Well, I was hoping to do something just really a little bit different. So I was hoping to put copperware in it. Ooh. The sort of thing I was looking for would be a big round copper bath.
At a price of?
Very
it's about £7,000. Have you done a budget? Do you ever do
For
a budget?
what I would like to do with this room combined with the bathroom, I guess we could spend up to £25,000. I want this room to be really, really special.
But why? For your sake? For the guest's sake? To make money for the hotel?
For the theatre. It's something people might talk about.
The amount of time it takes to pay off a £25,000 refurbishment of a room when you're only charging £100 a night is considerable. It just doesn't make sense any way you look at it.
I don't want some boring bathroom that you can get in any other hotel. I want something different.
With the Macbeths struggling with their finances and Jane contemplating spending up to £7,000 on a bathtub, Alex decides it's time to step in. She summons the couple to present her plan to help the historic hotel rise again. First, they need to exercise the niche ghost theme and instead focus on the far more broadly appealing heritage angle.
I really think we need to tap into the tourism that already exists in St Albans. The haunted thing is where it begins and ends. I'm very keen to do a marketing drive. I really want you to work on the fact that this, you sell it on the rooms, you sell it on the food, you sell it on its history.
The novelty menu also needs to be buried.
What you want is for people to eat your regular delicious food on your regular delicious menu and to be known for that. And just because it's the White Hart doesn't mean that you have to serve, a peacock stuffed with a swan, stuffed with a dormouse.
Next, Jane and Ross need to tackle their dysfunctional working relationship by taking on separate, clearly defined roles.
Key to this business's success is how you two manage to work together. I think it's a shame to dissipate your energies and disagreeing with each other when you should both be working out the aspects of the business that you're good at and driving them forward.
I don't think we work very well together, do we?
Well, we're not great at working together, I'll be absolutely honest, because we have very different
ideas,
directions in the way we come at problems. For example, doing the rooms. Jane's coming at it much more from the artisan, every individual detail has to be perfect.
To try and put a stop to the renovation confrontations, Alex is offering to refurbish the whole of the bridal suite for a mere fraction of what Jane was planning to spend, as an example of how the rest of the rooms could be done.
This isn't your house. Keep it in mind. This is a business. You're going to have to redecorate it in 2 years' time because it'll be knackered. You need to know how many nights bookings will it take to get that money back that you've spent on it.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a formula for doing the rooms more quickly.
Well, let's hope that you approve of my formula.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Let's see what you think.
Alex leaves the Macbeths with instructions to develop some enticing offers and packages to draw in tourists to the White Hart.
I've got a few ideas. We'll need a leaflet. We could say, come dine with us.
Don't agree with it, sorry. No.
Right? Pay what you think it's worth.
No, I don't agree with that.
No, you don't agree with that.
I think that tourism at the moment is very value conscious, and so I think they are not being creative enough with the deals that they're offering, with the packages they're putting together. And I think that this would help enormously draw some people to their establishment.
1 week, we could do unlimited scones and unlimited tea and coffee for that week only.
One of the problems here is that they have something that's quite a good idea and then they take it to the nth degree, and so it becomes somewhat gimmicky.
The Harry Potter family adventure.
I want Ross and Jane to be completely singing from the same hymn sheet.
Don't think it would take too long to sort out a first course, a main course and a dessert.
No, it would take a few weeks, yeah.
Weeks?
I'd like to see them working together. I'd like to see them not squabbling.
It's not going to just suddenly, because you've written it down on a bit of paper, does not mean it's going to happen.
And also that they work out how to market themselves better.
Sparkling Saturdays, Thursdays, frothy Fridays.
Can the Macbeths pull together before they fall apart?
Well, I give up. I give up.
I think you've lost it all.
I give up.
I don't know how any decisions ever get made here.
Well, you're obviously going to get your own way with this.
I don't often get my own way, do I?
Alex Polizzi is in St Albans, helping husband and wife team Ross and Jane Macbeth turn around the fortunes of the 5th century White Hart Hotel. She wants Ross and Jane to stop their squabbling.
I'll put you on level 5 stress alert, Jane. You're stressed out by that.
Well, obviously, when you want to be in early and you get in late because there's an issue with the
traffic. The scale goes up to 15, so you're relatively low, but you're obviously moved up a notch, I think.
Rein in their spending.
She was going to spend £7,000 on a copper bath. I'll say that again, £7,000 on a copper bath.
And target the profitable tourist market by ditching the low-budget haunted house theme and instead celebrating the ancient inn's rich heritage.
I really hope they've taken my advice on board, that they should concentrate on the history of the White Hart rather than this rather spurious mystery that they're flogging.
As the hotel inspector's team get to work on transforming the bridal suite for a fraction of what Jane had intended to spend, Alex is back to ensure the low-budget haunted house theme is finally dead and buried.
Now, my darling, remember what the direction is here. It's history, not mystery. I hate all this. It's gimmicky, it's cheap, it doesn't need to be here. I would like us to get a nice wooden box here. You can put all your props in there.
A coffin.
Well, the ghost thing, I know Jane is very enthusiastic about it, but I think really if we can move away from that, that's quite good, as far as I'm concerned.
Why is it? Look, it's just not good. I mean, yeah.
Jane doesn't like to give in, so I'm in full agreement with that we should be focusing more on the history of the building. Probably has a bigger audience than the ghost thing.
Yes, you can still see the skeleton. Yeah, I can still see the witch's head, but she can lie on the floor as well.
His head's just fallen off.
I know, well, that's the problem.
How's that?
No, I can't see anything, so that's good.
With Jane's ghosts finally laid to rest, Alex wants the Macbeths to concentrate on her plan to pull in the tourists. Jane and Ross have struggled to agree on an enticing restaurant offer, so Alex has decided to galvanise them into action. She's asked them to come up with a £10 set lunch menu that they can flog on the streets of St Albans. They've roped in Chef Norman and maitre d' Adam to help.
I think we need to talk about the garnishes going with the Tudor pies.
Well, there aren't any garnishes, they're options. Otherwise, you don't make any money, do you? This is what it's all about.
Well, I think we need a veg.
It's a fixed price menu for what, £10?
Yeah.
And we do the soup and we do the salmon fish cakes. That's about 10 quid there, so.
Fish cake, everybody does fish cake. It's so boring.
Whenever they have to discuss something, they do it so badly. They obviously, sparks fly as soon as one or the other opens their mouths. So I don't know how any decisions ever get made here. I mean, it must be a long, drawn-out and bloody process.
I think we should have things like pearl barley or lentil in it because that's an old
Jane, you're
recipe.
confusing the whole point of the exercise.
Yeah, let's start with this one.
We're actually using the old name, but we're not using the old ingredients.
Well, I think we should.
So can we make it easier rather than more difficult?
Well, you're obviously going to get your own way with this, but I would like it to be traditional English.
Well, make it change, won't it?
Written in
I don't often get my own way, do I?
I need to find some mechanisms to help them manage their relationship at work. And I definitely think that defining some areas of responsibility would be a good start.
I just want you to change the name. Please change the name.
Okay,
so it's English.
what do you want to call it then?
Well, whatever's the most English expression.
Right, we'll look it up.
But is history destined to repeat itself at the White Hart as too many cooks begin to spoil the Tudor broth?
Did you look up croutons and see what that says? Well, obviously it's better to have an English description.
The English word is crouton.
Small piece.
Crouton, a small piece of sautéed or rebaked bread.
So you don't want to say rebaked bread cubes. You want to say croutons. I give up. I give up. I give up.
You've lost this argument.
I give up.
She deals quite well with having all her grandiose ideas deflated, which is something I admire in her. I don't know how they managed to continue this working relationship.
Subject to a final adjustment on the layout, I think it's all right. Yeah.
To push the special offer, Alex has come up with a plan guaranteed to tempt the tourists and put the focus well and truly on the White Hart's impressive Tudor credentials.
There are lots of other eateries and hotels in St Albans. What differentiates the White Hart from any other one is its history. The fact that it was the first inn in the town. That's all they need to say.
Hello. May I please tell you what it's about? It's a special lunch. £10 for 2 courses.
Right from the off, Alex has made sure that the White Hart's very own Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn are split up, before either of them lose their heads.
We have a very nice restaurant in there, which we call Tudors. And we're doing a really nice, simple menu as an introduction.
It's 600 years old, it's got lots of history, and we're trying to go back in time a little bit with our recipes, and we're trying to promote the restaurant.
The chefs even cooked up some traditional Tudor treats to tickle the tourists' taste buds.
Enjoy. Thank you, good luck.
Thank you very much.
It's good that people aren't shying away from us in horror. It certainly piqued everybody's curiosity. We're getting a good response.
There's so many different restaurants around here and nothing of that sort. So no, I'll definitely give it a go.
I mean, people have been very responsive.
Make sure that the coach comes back on Saturday, because that's when the lunches started.
Okay.
I agree with you. There has been quite a very positive response on there.
It just shows that you do have to, capture people's imagination. Give them an offer. Don't wait for them to stagger down the hill.
No.
Because you'll be waiting a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
The afternoon is just the beginning of an all-out assault on the St Albans tourist market. Alex wants Jane and Ross to put the ancient White Hart firmly on the town's heritage map.
Oh, well, now this is interesting.
She's instructed them to get out and about, to work out what everyone else is doing well,
I have always wanted to get some stocks.
and to forge potentially lucrative links with other local historic attractions.
This must be interesting for people who are keen on flour and bread.
Meanwhile, Alex's makeover team have been hard at work with their budget transformation of the bridal suite. The once characterless room would have been a disappointment for all but the most imaginative newlyweds. Now Alex has transformed it. Authentic, bold Tudor colours mean the room is in keeping with the hotel's heritage, while the warm and comfortable furnishings provide that little bit of luxury the modern tourist expects.
So,
Oh, wow.
I'm hoping that you will agree that this is now just very smart and it kind of works with the other bedrooms.
I like the strong colours and I really like the carpet. But if I'd seen it out of the room, I would never have chosen it. But it works really well in here, doesn't it?
I'm dying to show you the bathroom.
The bathroom was once old-fashioned and on its last legs. Now it's fit for a king. The same bold colours and traditional tiling complement an outsized tub, deep enough for Henry VIII himself and his 6 wives. What's more, Alex has completely refurbished both bed and bathroom for little more than Jane was planning to spend on a copper bathtub.
Oh, goodness me.
What do you think?
I say.
£7 grand well spent.
Brilliant.
What?
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? You can't criticise it. It is lovely, isn't it?
No, I don't want to criticise it.
Are you happy, Jane?
Yeah.
Lovely. It's lovely.
I'm pleased and I'm absolutely thrilled.
With the Macbeths seemingly unified in their appreciation of the new room, it's time for the final part of the hotel inspector's master plan. Alex wants Ross and Jane to put on an event that will woo the local tourist bigwigs and convince them to put valuable business their way. And to try and make sure the event goes without a hitch, Alex wants husband and wife to have distinctly separate roles.
Look, I've come up with a plan for what I'd like to do on my last visit here, which I hope plays to both your strengths.
Right, okay.
I'm putting you very firmly in charge of the food and the costing of the menu.
Probably right.
I would like Jane to organise a short historical walking tour of St Albans that takes no more than an hour.
Okay.
We emphasise the historical nature of how central this building is to the town's development. We do a little bit of the provenance around the place.
Yep.
Give them a good meal, show them the room, Bob's your uncle.
Okay.
So hopefully, the more we kind of separate out your responsibilities, the easier it will be when you come together. Does that sound?
Well, that sounds promising. Yeah, it's promising.
We can only try.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Thank you for today. I really enjoyed it.
All right, Alex, thank you for your help. It's very good. Thank you very much indeed.
Bye, darling.
Bye now.
Alex's plan plays to the strengths of both the Macbeths, Ross's business head and Jane's creativity.
I think it's quite a good idea for Jane and I to have separate tasks. I think if we can try and focus on the separate elements of it, then I think that will help to achieve a result rather than us both fighting about the same thing.
But Jane's not so keen on the division of labour.
I mean, if it has to be divided, it's a fair way to divide it, isn't it?
Well, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with that. Because
Well, you
what
wouldn't
are
even
doing?
recognise a piece of chicken
You're
if it's
gonna
jumped
put
up and bit you.
You're going to put a menu together, and both the maitre d' and the chef are going to do all the work. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to supervise.
Ugh. I still think that I've got the short straw here, so...
Will the White Hart face a bright future
It's indicative of Tudor times.
or be consigned to the history books?
What could possibly go wrong?
Anybody wanting to go on the tour? Okay.
It's a big day in the history of the 15th century White Hart Hotel in St Albans. Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi has asked its owners, Jane and Ross Macbeth, to organise a promotional event that exploits the hotel's strengths, its heritage and its food. The couple and staff are busily preparing a Tudor-inspired banquet
Perfect.
and a historical walking tour of the town, which, if successful, could be rolled out as part of a bigger accommodation package. Along with ordinary paying guests and press, Alex has invited some very important people to observe proceedings. If Jane and Ross can impress the movers and shakers, they could win invaluable backing for their business.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Alex.
How are you?
Yeah, very well. Pleased to see you again.
How's everything been going?
Well, we've been getting there.
Yes.
I've been working away on my tour. A bit worried about it. I still don't know enough. There is so much to learn.
You're going to be great. Don't worry, don't worry. You're going to be
Okay,
fabulous.
well, we'll see.
I'm going to go and find Ross now. All right, darling.
I'll see you later.
Thanks. Hello.
Alex, how are you?
Has it been nice to have a free reign? Have you and Jane managed to avoid discussing too many details?
Yes, I think because Jane's been so busy on her planning of the tour, she hasn't been able to control the kitchen side of it too much.
Is that good?
I think it's good, yes.
As the hour of the event draws near, it becomes clear that keeping Ross and Jane's roles separate is easier said than done.
Adam, we must get this covered before people come. I don't want this like this.
Just wrap a napkin around.
It's not big enough. The napkin won't be big enough. Let's just put a tablecloth around it.
Jane, you're, with respect, have you
I'm getting too involved.
Have you revised on your tour yet?
No, I'm getting too involved in this.
It's absolutely key that they keep their noses out of each other's business. They need to focus on their own responsibilities. Basically, they should just let the other get on with what they have to do.
Adam, wouldn't those look better round the other way? We always have them round the other way.
Yeah, but I'm not finished yet.
Oh.
Yeah, we discovered a new strategy today for dealing with Jane sometimes in these situations, which is to remind her to sort of stick to the knitting, if you like, but particularly with something like this, where she's got the tour to do.
But Adam, you don't need this table in here, do you? The one by the sofa? You were going to have the small table that's in the cellar by the sofa.
Jane,
There's a table there.
how's your tour doing?
Yes. You know, everyone looks as if they've come ready for a good time. The table's ready for the buffet. Norman seems very confident in the kitchen. Ross seems confident that they're going to make money out of it. Jane, despite her kind of professional, you know, I just can't do this, I think is pretty well prepared. So, what could possibly go wrong?
Hello. Anybody wanting to go on the tour? Could we gather together here? Thank you for coming today. I don't know a lot about St Albans. I've had to learn as much as I can in the last few days, so I will get things wrong. Apart from that, I think we probably better make headway and get the tour on the road.
Thank you.
OK.
It's a less than assured start. As the VIPs look on, Jane's tour begins.
Presumably, everybody's heard about the first British Christian martyr.
Do tell.
Alban, of course. His name was Alban, and the town has taken the name from Alban. Going to stop inside just...
I'm sure Jane's doing pretty well. I know she was very stressed about having to do it because it's not something she would normally do. But as we know, once she gets into something, if she does commits to do it, she will always finish it, which is a great strength.
After a nervous beginning, Jane's commitment begins to pay off.
Just beyond this first tree, there was a necessarium. Now, isn't that a wonderful name? I think I'm going to change our toilets to be called necessariums. Now, there are also tales about this tree. Quite sinister, one of them is, so maybe we shouldn't talk about that today. So...
She's soon bringing ancients and Albans to life. Meanwhile, back at the hotel, Ross and his team are under pressure to deliver a banquet worthy of the Tudors.
We're making some hedgehogs.
Oh, wow.
I hope you've all built up an appetite now.
Yes.
There should be lots of food. I haven't seen it myself, so I'm looking forward to seeing it, because I haven't seen them prepare food like that before. Hope we all enjoy it.
Thank you.
Great.
Jane's tour returns educated and hungry, but the learned tour guide is quick to spot that authenticity has been compromised.
Desserts on there.
Yeah.
But desserts are supposed to be with the main courses.
There's no room,
But
Jack.
that's what I said. Perhaps we could put the bread here instead, so that it shows how it's supposed to be.
But then I've got a platter of trout coming here. I won't have enough room to put all that there. I've got 2 minutes. I can't rearrange it now. That's...
Well, I'd like to see something on here, really.
Okay.
It's indicative of Tudor times.
But could the Macbeth's attention to historic detail be their downfall? Will a quirky feast including Tudor oddities such as edible flowers, hard-boiled egg hedgehogs, and combined sweets and savouries have their guests yearning for modern times?
Done, hasn't it? Edible on the station?
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone seems to be enjoying the meal, as far as I can see. I think everyone is having a go at everything, and it all seems to be sort of meeting approval, so I'm very pleased.
I think it's absolutely splendid. I think I could get into this Tudor banquet lot.
I've enjoyed it really well, to be honest. I wasn't expecting all of this kind of glamour and people. It's been a thorough and enjoyable day. The food, the tour, which I don't really like tours, to be totally honest, but the tour was quite exciting.
It's absolutely delicious, very different, rather sweeter than the foods that we would normally cook to there, I think.
Very unusual. An experience. Going back in history.
Alex takes advantage of the positive mood to flog the White Hart's overnight accommodation, with the newly renovated bridal suite taking centre stage.
Ooh,
This is the bridal suite.
Wow, isn't that lovely?
Isn't it beautiful?
I think it's lovely. And
Good.
It's very much in keeping with the rest of the hotel as well.
Yes.
Isn't that nice?
Beautiful.
Thumbs up?
Everything, yeah, very, very nice. I'd like to stay here.
Would you?
I might book it.
married again.
The paying punters are clearly impressed. But what will the bigwigs from the council think? If Jane and Ross have impressed them enough to support their plans, it could transform the White Hart's fortunes.
Well, I just want to say you've done absolutely fabulously today. The tour was great. Obviously, it's the first time you've done something like that, and as you practice and as you do it, keep doing it, it'll become second nature to you. And the lunch, fabulous.
Oh,
great
that's great.
stuff.
Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And it's a great honour to be able to present you with a little plaque.
Oh, really? Fantastic.
This plaque really does show that
It's great, isn't it?
the White Hart Hotel is indeed a place of historic interest. No, I'm really pleased to be able to present that to you.
Thank you so
Fantastic.
much.
Fantastic. Good.
I'm so pleased. I can't tell you.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Give a kiss. Well done.
Why are you thanking me? I haven't done it.
You've done all this work, haven't she?
Okay.
She did all that. She said she couldn't do the tour, and she did it. Yeah. Of course she did it. I knew she would.
Good.
The seal of approval puts the White Hart firmly on the lucrative tourist trail. Alex is delighted.
So first of all, I've got to tell you, I thought today was a triumph. The food was really out of this world. You did a good tour. The feedback on the room has been fantastic. I hope, if anything, it gives you confidence to kind of build on this. And then the other thing is, I found it, I haven't seen you squabble once, so it's really good. I think you do need to work out, how you best work together. Good luck. I hope you go from strength to strength. Thanks, Dom.
Thanks very much.
I'm amazed. There have been no tears, lots of happy guests, but also they've been rather affectionate with each other at the end of the day, and so I think that's a good omen for the future.
Today went well, so we've worked together.
Well, it went well because we divided the labour content. That's the point, isn't it?
I don't know, Ross.
But
if you think
about it, I think it's true, actually.
I just know that when things go well, we work
Yeah, but it went
together.
well because you're taking it the other way around,
Ross, if you like.
Next time.
It's time for you to get ruthless. This is year 0. Honestly, I'm completely gobsmacked. Don't be embarrassed about talking money. It's so English.
I do feel it's possibly slightly late in the day to turn me into a businesswoman.
Muff doesn't really have an approach to business.
Gosh, seems very harsh.
What a glorious celebrity selection for 2012. They've been tucked up in the house for 24 hours, so check out how Big Brother's been stirring things up in just a sec. Or head over to 5 USA for Time with Horatio and CSI Miami next.